What is good, Cloudy people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam, formally announcing my retirement from YouTube because I am officially running for the 2020 presidential election against Biden, Trump, and now Kanye West. Yes, apparently Kanye West is running for president, which seems like a joke, but also very possible given Kanye's past track record. We're talking about the dude who, like 10 years ago, upon Taylor Swift winning some sort of award, jumped on the stage, took the mic out of her hand, and said, "Nah, Beyonce should have won." Not gonna lie, I don't really care who won, but Beyonce got a donk, so I'm gonna defer to Kanye's judgment. But anyway, as always, it's a bit more complicated than we previously thought, for there may be certain activities going on behind the scenes that caused Kanye to want to, quote, run for president. You'll get what I mean very soon. But before we get all the details, Bob Gang feature comment of the video is from Alex B63, a past winner I believe, who said Kanye is going to issue an executive order for Cardi to drop Whole Lotta Red. That is, if he wins, which is very improbable. So in order to succeed in finally getting Whole Lotta Red, everyone watching this video must vote for Kanye. The only reason Kanye wore the red MAGA hat was because he was hinting at a Whole Lotta Red force drop when he becomes president. But back to the topic, Kanye running for president in 2020 election. Let's talk about it. Okay, so just FYI, I'm not about to get into politics because I don't believe in discussing it publicly. All it does is start arguments among friends, and I haven't even voted in my life, so I don't even respect my own opinion on domestic policies. But you best believe if the rumors are true that Cardi is running with Kanye as vice president and first lady of the United States, I'm registering to vote ASAP Rocky. Double entendre. But to get right into it, as you all probably already know, 2 days ago on the 4th of July, aka Independence Day here in the US, Kanye West formally announced his 2020 presidential campaign candidacy on Twitter, wherein he explicitly tweeted, "We must now realize the promise of America by trusting God, unifying our vision, and building our future. I am running for president of the United States, hashtag 2020 vision," obviously creating massive controversy on social media. I mean, in less than 48 hours, Kanye has garnered over 1 million likes and 300,000 retweets, most likely his most popular tweet ever, foreshadowing a point I will make a little later on. But first, on this exact tweet, we had a special appearance from none other than Elon Musk, owner of Tesla and SpaceX and one of the creators of PayPal or whatever else he's done, I don't even know, who replied to the tweet stating, "You have my full support!" exclamation mark. Since I guess they're apparently friends now, witnessed from one of Yeezy's most recent pictures of the two standing and staring at the camera like one of the cursed memes where the cursed emoji tells you to put the Happy Meal toy in the bag and take off all your clothes, of course. But something to note is that apparently, and don't quote me on this, just what I've been hearing from other YouTubers, is that 9 out of the US 50 states have already passed the deadline for submitting yourself as a presidential candidate. And with how the US voting system works, the winner isn't necessarily the popular vote throughout the nation, although most of the time it still works out that way nonetheless. The election is based upon the Electoral College, wherein each state is allocated a certain amount of votes foundation upon its population. Therefore, already losing out on 9 out of the 50 states would set Kanye back a ton, basically making it impossible for him to win the 2020 presidential election. And this relates back to Elon Musk, because let's be real, Elon is way too smart to not be aware of such facts and is supporting Kanye, I believe, for ulterior motives that again we'll soon discuss. Something you may have also noticed is Kanye's specific diction he used within the presidential candidacy tweet, in that he said, quote, "by trusting God," wherein the existence of God tends to be more of a conservative or right belief, as the left or liberal side more so believes in science and progress. Not giving any bias here, I remind you, just spitting facts of the tendencies of each party. But as I was saying, I'm sure you all know that the Republican Party's candidate is already Donald Trump, our current president. Therefore, Kanye can't run as a Republican. Rather, if I were a betting man, and if his candidacy is actually real, which I do not believe whatsoever that it is at all, Kanye would run as an independent of sorts aside from the Democratic and Republican Party. Now, from what I've read online, there is a conspiracy theory that is running amok related to Kanye's running in the presidential election, in that one purpose of him running while being fully aware that there's no possible way that he could win is that he would essentially be assisting Trump in winning the election over Biden by taking Democratic votes away from Biden, whereas Trump supporters would remain supporting Trump. For a couple weeks ago, Kanye actually disassociated himself from President Trump and the MAGA hat, claiming in an interview that he only wore the hat on camera in order to achieve his personal goals of prison reform with Kim K, stating explicitly that, "Bro, I'm just telling you that we got that amazing woman out of jail in Florida, right? We didn't really get to have that meeting until I put the hat on." So he looking at it like it as more so, okay, I wear the hat, I get the stones thrown at me, I'll have people hating on me, but people gonna get free. And further, that he had already thrown out all of the MAGA hats that he owned. However, in accordance with the aforementioned conspiracy theory, many people believe Kanye only turned on Trump publicly due to the Black Lives Matter movement, by which Trump has not really been seen in the best light on, whereas behind the scenes, Kanye still supports Trump, thus the motivation and reason he is running for president. Now, while I do believe Kanye's candidacy is a sham, I have no idea if its sole purpose is to ensure Trump's victory in the 2020 election. One thing I do know, though, is the impact and increase in exposure Kanye is about to experience worldwide due to his announcement. For the US president is probably the most publicized event in the entire world. I mean, do y'all know who the president of fucking Egypt or any other country is? I didn't think so. And pretty much everyone and their sideways lunchbox toy knows Trump is the American president. And with such newfound fame, and yes, I know it's hard to imagine someone on the civilized planet Earth who doesn't know who Kanye West is, in my opinion, he will use this to his own monetary advantage, for there are a few coincidences I noticed recently. If you follow Kanye on Twitter, you know that he has made several big moves even within the last couple of weeks for his Yeezy brand. Firstly, he announces an official partnership with Gap, wherein he'll most likely have some sort of affordable product line in their stores to expand his brand even further. By the way, he recently in 2020 already became a billionaire, and it's much easier to get that second billion, I've heard, goals. But secondly, and probably most significantly, he recently released his latest Yeezy foam runner shoe that has more holes in the design than the entire Kardashian family. And even before that, he dropped the teaser to a new cartoon show series he's personally doing voiceovers for the main character with the likes of Kid Cudi, and also obviously owns a show too titled Kids See Ghosts, named after the collab project they released a while back. And then only a few days ago, he releases a song featuring Travis Scott called Wash Us in Blood, likely accumulating hella streams because Kanye and Travis combined creates the ultimate hype beast. Fans be wearing $500 worth of clothes just to go to one of their concerts to ruin them in mud and whatever other grossness comes from people at concerts. And lastly, whether there is a financial gain directly affiliated with this project, Kanye tweets his new launch of the Yeezy shelter that probably works hand in hand with the presidential candidacy, as it's a public service to those in need. Either way, the increase in ethical perception of the Yeezy brand will definitely follow through in profits, just as the exposure in his likely fake running for president will result in increased profits for all his brands and income streams. Now, I'm not saying all of my statements are fact, but the coincidences definitely caused me to raise an eyebrow as to what Kanye's actual motives are, with the full knowledge that he really doesn't stand a chance in the presidential election, at least this year. In fact, CNN just reported a confirmation that Kanye has actually still yet to actually file for presidential candidacy in any state. So I really doubt we will see his name on the election ballot. Ye and Trump probably laughing at all of us while scrolling through their Twitters and sitting in billion-dollar gaming chairs. Nevertheless, Kanye could have meant every single word in his tweet that we just discussed, but either he just didn't know all the constituencies that need to be executed before going through with such a power move like president, or he's just going crazy in the head again like he has done multiple times in the past, such as the reason he isolated himself in the first place all the way in the middle of Wyoming. So I encourage you to research into it a bit to understand the world around us, as it's not as it seems most of the time. Most of us are sheep, including myself, as my last name is in fact Lamb. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam going homeless on purpose so I can be part of the first admission into the Yeezy shelter, where he gives every attendant, a new pair of the clogs. Let me know in the comments why you think Kanye is running for president. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description if you with it. Peace out, cloudy people. Know what I'm saying?